You were never hard to love. You just spent too much time trying to be loved by people who only knew how to care when it was easy for them. And after a while, that kind of thing changes you. Because when someone keeps giving you half effort, half attention, half love, you slowly start believing that maybe the problem is you. Maybe you ask for too much. Maybe you feel too deeply. Maybe you need too much reassurance. Maybe you're too emotional, too sensitive, too attached. So you start shrinking. You stop saying what hurts. You stop asking where you stand. You pretend things don't bother you even when they do. You laugh things off. You lower your standards. You become more understanding than you should have ever had to be. And the saddest part is, you probably called it maturity. But it wasn't maturity. It was survival. It was you trying to keep people who only knew how to love you in small, convenient pieces. They liked you when you were easy to handle, when you were low maintenance, when you didn't question their inconsistency, when you accepted the bare minimum and still gave them your full heart. But the moment you needed clarity, effort, reassurance, or honesty, suddenly you became too much. And that messes with your head. Because how do you go from being deeply wanted one day to feeling like a burden the next? How do you trust love when the same people who said they cared about you also made you feel so difficult to keep? So now, you overthink everything. You read into tone changes, late replies, dry messages, energy shifts. You notice when someone becomes distant before they even admit it. And people call that insecurity. But sometimes it's not insecurity. Sometimes it's what happens when you've been around people who made love feel unstable. When affection was given only when they were in the mood. When effort came in waves. When care was inconsistent. When you had to earn softness instead of simply receiving it. And after enough of that, you stop feeling lovable. Not because you aren't, but because you were loved in a way that made you question your worth. But listen carefully. You were never hard to love. You were just being loved incorrectly. There is a huge difference. Because real love doesn't make you feel like you have to audition for a place in someone's life. It doesn't make you feel guilty for having feelings. It doesn't punish you for wanting reassurance. It doesn't disappear every time things get emotionally real. Real love is not confused. It's not hot and cold. It's not, I want you today and I need space tomorrow, every single time closeness appears. Real love is safe. And I think a lot of people have never actually experienced safe love. So when they finally do, they think it's boring. Because chaos became familiar. Being ignored and then wanted again felt like passion. Being chased only after distance felt like proof. Being emotionally exhausted started feeling normal. But that's not what love is supposed to feel like. Love is not supposed to make you anxious more than it makes you feel seen. And one day, I hope you stop blaming yourself for how badly the wrong people handled your heart. I hope you stop measuring your worth based on who failed to recognize it. I hope you stop thinking you were difficult to keep just because someone wasn't mature enough to love you properly. Because the truth is, the right person won't make you feel like caring about you is hard work. They won't make consistency feel rare. They won't make reassurance feel like begging. And they won't make you feel like you have to become less of yourself just to be easier to love. So no, you were never hard to love. You were just around people who only understood convenience, not commitment. And that was never your flaw. That was their limitation.